Take your stuff.
Yeah. Have you ever wondered, how do we get people's attention? Do we shout, whistle, or use really loud noises? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, it was some time ago when I was working as a project coordinator for FPDM that I had to do this process in a step-by-step process. I had to send out flyers to capture people's attention. I used dazzling colours and catchy phrases. I was able to give people all the right information that they needed. They needed to know when I was coming, where I was going to be. Then I started thinking, that's really impersonal. It was analytical about the process. I realised that I needed to give it a personal touch. I needed to make sure that those players knew who I was and what I was going to be delivering. So I started to add a little bio of myself, who I was and why I was coming. I started ringing people before I got them, saying, I'm coming. Because I'm telling you, I turned up to a workshop once, no one was there. It was very disheartening. And I can tell you that my presentation was not scholarified. It was entertaining and it was giving wonderful information to people in the local area. But to turn up and no one to be there, I decided that from now on, I was going to give it a personal touch. I'll reflect back to 10 years ago, I saw a flyer, and it was a flyer, and on the flyer there was this picture of Bob Marley. Now, we all know who Bob Marley is, and right across Bob Marley's face was wrote the words, one heart, one love, let's get together and feel all right. And it was then that I realised I had to give a personal touch to this wonderful concert weekend where I was going to listen to all the wonderful songs that Bob Marley shared. I was going to sit in a little town of Candos, getting to know some of the local communities in country New South Wales. And I was going to sleep under the stars. I didn't want to do that, I can tell you. But I went because of that personal touch, that personal connection. I wanted to feel all right. And I wanted to connect, and I wanted to feel good, and I wanted to celebrate the concept of Bob Marley. I started to think, I might sure that I add a personal touch to all the workshops that I was doing and hosting. I started going into communities before I got there. I said, I'm coming in 3 months. I just want to get to know the people. So then all of a sudden the people knew who I was. A personal touch. It always helps when you give a feed as well. And I made sure the feed was going to the needs of the local people. It was about that personal touch. It was about making sure that I was a real person and people were connecting with me. And this is all about public relations. If you connect with your audience, people will come. I then started having workshops where I like 20 people and I would have 36 people register. And then I'd have to divide it into 2 different days. Because people were connecting with me, in my public relations strategy while I was meeting people. And it was all thanks to Bob Marley. And you know those wonderful words that he sang, let's get together and feel all right. I was asked last year to put together some information to have a family reunion. Oh my God, I know all my family. I didn't know I had to go out and see them. But I had to make sure that my family wanted to come. The many years of COVID and the isolation, we needed to come together and connect. Being quite analytical as I am, I analysed my family. And do you know that Jean Brookes had 8 children, and 5 of those children were born within 20 days of one another in October. And then out of her 27 grandchildren, 11 were also born within the same time frame. You, when some women were ovulating, I'm telling you. So we decided to have the family reunion in the month of October. Family could come together. We were able to make sure everyone was connected and everyone was going to feel wonderful because we were there to celebrate their birthday or their sister's birthday or their uncle's birthday. Or more importantly, the man that started it all, Gordon Brookes. The family come. It was a great concept and idea that we used on Facebook as a public relations strategy. And we promoted it to the family and they all come and we ate together and celebrated people's birthday. So even with the humble family reunion, you have to connect with your audience. You have to make them feel good about who they are and what they're coming. Bob Marley said, it's one love and one heart that we all join together. So use that connection in your future public relations strategy. Thank you. Back to you.